All right, so my hero, Elon Musk, champion of free speech, and his company Tesla apparently had knockout numbers after the close. Knockout numbers, which I mean, probably the value is going to go up and he can borrow against it to buy Twitter. Anyway, I don't know much about that, but I do know about Charles Payne, the great Charles Payne, host of Making Money, right here on Fox Business. Charles, what can you... I heard it was a big number.
Huge. $3.22, beat the street by 95 cents. Revenues up 80.5% to $18.76 billion. Automotive gross margins were up 636 basis points year over year. Production was up 68%. Their expansion of their capacity is on track. We plan to grow our manufacturing capacity as quickly as possible over a multi-year horizon. We expect to achieve 50% annual growth in vehicle deliveries. By the way, I did hear a rumor earlier today, too. They may actually open up a plant in Oklahoma, so keep your ears open for that.
Didn't he put one in Texas?
Texas, gigantic gigafactory.
Yeah. Right to work.
Right to work state.
That's why they won't invite him to the White House.
Oh, my goodness.
Did the stock go up in Moonlight Trading?
I don't know. I can't get a quote. Someone's got to give us a
One of the producers, look for it. Look for After Hours Trading, what we used to call Moonlight Trading.
How amazing is that, though? You know, the woke companies are getting annihilated.
Right.
You know, and believe me, Netflix is one of the worst, you know, and these companies that are just sticking to good old-fashioned...
Meta, whatever they call themselves.
They're all just sticking to good old-fashioned business principles. Everybody is now rooting for Elon Musk. I'm telling you, it is absolutely amazing.
Of course, I'm one of them, but, you know, these electric vehicles, I don't have any problem with them. I would prefer them not to be subsidized by the federal government. I think actually Elon is at that point now, too.
Yeah, well, now. Because now, if you remove the subsidies, you put a moat around the company. So listen, he took advantage of the system. Fine, you know. They say hate the player, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, it was the game. I was one of the brokers that completed that deal.
The only thing I don't like, Larry, is I don't like the snottiness of the woke folks out there who think they're better than someone else if they drive in electric vehicles. We are going to have to strip mine the entire planet to get those materials. Drilling a hole for oil ain't nothing compared to the strip mining we have to do to this entire planet. 500,000 pounds of ore have to be moved just for one battery.
So we were just talking. These new NEPA rules today, the permitting rules, would prevent drilling, mining, the environmental reviews, the Endangered Species Act reviews, the social cost of carbon reviews. We will never see a new mine, a new pipeline, a new highway, a new road. They're just going to stop it all out on greeny ideas. So Elon do have a problem because electric vehicles, which do meet the criteria, they still use highways.
They still use highways.
Buttigieg's not a road guy.
No. If you ask anyone who's driven in his hometown. Here's the thing, Pothole Pete, they used to call him. Here's the thing. It's so dumb to say we want to build back better, we want infrastructure and those kind of things, and then have a 7-year delay on getting something done.
That's right.
Remember that infamous tape, President Obama and Jeff Immelt, at that conference after they pushed through all that money for infrastructure and nothing got done, and they started laughing, admitting there was nothing shovel-ready because of the red tape, the bureaucracy.
Right.
It all went away. No one knows what happened to this money. Right now, in St. Louis, they're trying to figure out how to spend $1 billion of COVID money, and that's what would happen to any other money that Biden puts out there. None of it's going to go for the stuff he's going to promote.
So, can Elon raise enough cash to buy Twitter? Because, I mean, we're all rooting for him, but the question is, what's the latest on that?
Apparently that's, there's some of these firms are stepping up saying they'll help him raise it. I mean, from day one, I thought that was a specious argument. Honestly, listen, he might be cash poor, in a sense, but if the richest person who ever walked on the planet can't get a loan, then we're all in a lot of trouble. We're all in a lot of trouble.
We may all be in a lot of trouble. But
anyway, here's a guy who didn't ever, he wasn't in the car industry. He revolutionized the car industry. He wasn't an astronaut. He revolutionized space. If I had $1 trillion gazillion dollars and I had 1 million people lined up for money, if he put his hand out, he steps to the front of the line.
You'd bet on him.
Absolutely.
I'd bet on him.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is a revolutionary thing. That's why we like to keep covering it. Yes, we are a business show, sort of, but we do like to cover this just because the politics are so quite extraordinary. Charles, can I just switch gears? The housing story, I'm mortgage bankers came out. New applications are crashing.
Yeah.
Not just refis, but for new purchases.
Right.
And also we had pretty lousy, I think, second or third month in a row, existing home sales are down. The reason I raise it is the debate between soft landing, hard landing, as the Fed tightens the screws and takes away the punch bowl. Housing is a leading indicator. It's not looking great.
It's not looking great. Now, applications are going to be interesting because the majority of loans out there are right now about 5% or less. So you're not going to get a lot of people trying to refi at a higher rate. But to purchase by applications, that is a yellow flag. Let's call it a yellow flag right now. Yesterday, though, the New York Fed came out with a survey I thought was even more alarming. Their housing survey. So this is what everyone has to pay attention to. Renters see a lower probability of ever owning a home. Their reported average likelihood of owning a home fell to 43% from 51.6% a year ago. By the way, first time in history it's ever gone under 50%. Redfin this morning came out and said, well, if you're going to be stuck renting for the rest of your life, buckle up because rents have never been this high. Median rents up 17% year over year. And it's just atrocious. Places like Portland up 40%, Austin 38%, New York 35%. So we got to be concerned about it. And I think the Fed might be hearing some rumblings too. They've been jawboning this market down. Bostic yesterday said we don't want to push it over the edge. And then Daly today sort of said the same thing. They can't figure it out, and that makes us all nervous.
Well, they're both big dub liberals. Bostic's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Daley is from San Francisco.
Yeah.
The only one worse than Daley is this crazy Kashkari who's entering Minneapolis politics. I think he wants to run for the city council.
Did you work with him? You crossed paths, never crossed down?
We crossed paths. He was Hank Paulson's numbers guy during the financial meltdown. Then he ran for governor of California. I begged him to run on a corporate tax cut, and he wouldn't listen because he's not really a conservative and he's not a supply-sider. And now he's running education ads or some damn thing. The Minneapolis Fed is involved in Minneapolis education politics to keep parents out, basically. So I'm furious at him. But you know what? You got to have, the Fed's got to be tough. They need shock and awe because inflation is not going down, in my opinion. And we should not have regulations like this announced yesterday that would stop new building, pipelines, utilities, highways, roads. Stop this. The regulatory assault is killing the supply side of the economy,
It is a reminder that nothing the Biden administration does is really about economics. Nothing. It is all about climate and appeasing the climate crowd. Nothing they do is about economics. Occasionally they try to wrap the veneer of economics around it for public consumption, but nothing they do is about economics, and nothing they do cares about the middle class or poor people in this country. They must achieve that climate goal, whatever that might be.
You know it's bullish. The cavalry's coming. The cavalry.
All right. I hope we can hang in there until they get here.
I know. We got a good 6 months.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
Deep prayer and meditation. Thank you, Charles Payne. By the way, catch Charles weekdays every day making money at 2 p.m. Eastern right here on Fox Business. Thank you, Charles.